Today on Wrist Shots, we have head coach of the NWHL's Buffalo Beauts, Pete Perram. Welcome to the pod.
Thanks, Matt. Happy to be here.
Rapid fire questions.
I can't wait.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
First rink you skated on?
That would be Lansdowne Park in Ottawa.
Favorite hockey movie?
It's got to be Slapshot, but I've Mystery Alaska is not bad.
Biggest
And really, you can't get away from the clips out of Slapshot, right?
biggest shithole arena?
Oh, that's got to be the Thompson Arena in Pickering, Ontario.
Red or black licorice?
Red.
You want to shout out to someone that's been important in your life, a mentor or a coach or a teacher?
You know what? I'm big fan, and I coached with her for a number of years in college, Karen Nystrom. We don't get to talk much these days, but she was a great, fantastic hockey player and an even better human. So that's who's my shout out in.
Sammy Hagar or Diamond David Lee Roth?
David Lee Roth.
3 dinner guests, dead or alive. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Barry Obama, Red Story, and Gracie Allen of the Burns and Allen.
Finish this sentence. If I could change one thing about the game of hockey, it would be?
It reintroduced the 2-line offside.
Pay for Netflix or share an account?
I'll pay. I'm too lazy to coordinate the sharing part. And I have no friends.
Who did you idolize growing up?
Bobby Orr, and he disappointed me lately, so it's a bit of a painful thing, but I idolized Bobby Orr when I was growing up.
Last question. Favorite Rink Stories episode?
Well, it's got to be Digit. Anyway, if I didn't say that, I'd hear about it. So, it's one of those things.
You always have an out, but you can always say this one, right? You can always say my episode.
Or mine.
Right.
Or mine. Yeah, it's Digit or mine, one of the two.
Great answers. Thank you. Bob, would you like to jump in the post Wrist Shots breakdown? Oh, there's some great answers there.
Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of things we could do here, but why did you first skate in Ottawa?
Yeah, I'm an Air Force brat. My dad's military. And I traveled, we moved every 5-6 years when I was growing up. So one of the stations was in Ottawa, and when I was probably 6 years old, that's where we moved. We moved there from Germany, actually, when I was 6.
And then was Edmonton where your folks were from? You kind of
That's where they ended. That's actually where we ended. The originally they were my father's from Montreal, my mother from Ontario, North Bay, Ontario, and but we ended the tour ended in Alberta, and that's sort of where we all ended and stayed.
Interesting.
I want to be at your dinner party.
Yeah, dude, it'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Well, because funny, because I asked Bob that question, and you got to kind of you look at genre or anything, but this is what do you talk about with that group, right?
Yeah.
What's the commonality there?
And that's the beauty of it.
Alcohol is the commonality, right? Spirits.
It is, and some humor, right? I think the commonality is the humor part. And
so help me, Pete.
I like to laugh.
Red is you said Red Story, right? Is he
Red
coach?
Story, Yeah,
The
he was a coach. He was a player. He was a referee, and he's famous for stories. He's famous for sharing stories. I use a couple of them with my team. It's not usually about him. It's usually about people he knows. But yeah, he'd be an interesting guy in a room.
If you have an example of a Red Story story,
Sure.
I mean, it obviously makes sense.
Sure. So George Armstrong, famous Toronto Maple Leaf captain for many years and Hall of Famer. This story's about him, and that he, after he retired, he was coached in Seattle for, I don't think it was a junior team. It might have been a minor league team. But at the time, the Toronto Marlboros, or the Marlies junior team in Toronto, a quite famous franchise, had a horrible year. They only won four games that year. And so they fired their coaching staff and brought George Armstrong in, and he comes in and turns the franchise around to a point where I think they only lost 4 games, and went to the Memorial Cup, won the Memorial Cup, became a local hero and sensation. And at the end of the season, when they were asking him how, what strategies, what intricate changes did he put into, the psychology of the players and the tactics on ice, he said, none of that. He said, all I did, every practice, we had the players throw sticks in the middle. We did flip them back and forth. And we scrimmaged for 90 minutes. And he said, most importantly, I told them they were a great hockey team. That's all I did. So that's a Red story about George Armstrong. And I use that with the players because obvious analogy there is that you can overthink a lot of things. It's just a matter of playing the game you love and doing it naturally.
Bob, Slapshot.
What's that?
Slapshot the movie that's the one everybody says, Slapshot or Mystery.
Not a miracle.
I don't think we've done enough of, Bob, have we done an official, we have to watch Mystery and talk about Mystery? I don't think, have you even seen Mystery?
I have not. I'd never heard of it until we started the podcast, I'm ashamed to say.
It's a great movie.
Okay. Yeah, it is really cool.
The New York Rangers go to some outpost in Mystery, Alaska, and play the local team for some reason. I can't completely recall.
Did you guys see that story from a week or two ago where these guys loaded up a helicopter and went to the top of a mountain and played hockey? It was several
really?
and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Like a serious mountain, 10,000 feet in the air or something like that. And
really?
There was a pond up there, and they played and they filmed it.
Oh,
that would be
so cool.
What is their ships, 13 seconds?
They were it was a pond hockey. There was
would be tough.
There was 8 or 10 of them. I think there was one of the players was a figure skater.
Yeah,
it's different people were. One of the guys, was a photographer, and they had a pilot there, and they all kind of got out there and stuff. It was cool. Anyway, I don't have.
That would have been really cool. Really cool.
I'm sorry, just one last thing. 2-line pass. Why you want the 2-line pass back?
Oh yeah, good question.
Because I'm tired of defending against Boston Pride's stretch pass. Paul, quit it.
So if there was no...
Oh, that's awesome.
What would happen if there were...
He's killing me.
Because you're killing me with it. Just change the rule. Make that stop.
That's exactly right.
All right, here's a stupid non-hockey guy question. What would the game look like if there were no lines? Would they just be flicking it back and forth, or?
I guess it would be a little like basketball, right? It would be you'd attack, you'd end the attack, and everybody would come back into some sort of defensive positioning. I think it'd be a lot like basketball.
Remember, Digit said that she wanted to incorporate a 2-point shot. Do you know what she was talking about? She said it was
I had no idea. No idea what she was talking about.
And we never got to it because it's sometimes hard to steer the bus when she's in the bus.
I'm going to ask her that, actually. I was
meant to look
keen to find out.
I totally forgot. I was hoping you knew. Come on, Pete.
Right,
I know, right? You would think I
Man.
know, but I don't. I have no clue.
She was
I have
about
no
to answer
clue.
the question, and I popped that picture up of her from the
Yeah.
when she was playing a
The
coin.
drawing.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you see the YouTube video of that?
No, I didn't see
Okay,
the YouTube.
so we
but
do the
that's-
wrist
pretty
shots on YouTube, and so he shows it. The pic somebody drew.
Yeah.
It looks like a police sketch of somebody trying to. It was terrible. It didn't look anything like her. It was so bad.
Oh, I could see that actually.
Hanging in
a
the
little
halls
bit.
of Liner Rink.
Oh my God! She's like, does that look like me? Does it look anything like me? We're like, no.
I know. Oh, that's funny.
All right, Bob. Thanks so much for the wrist. This was great. Thanks. And just there's a little housekeeping here. If you want to see the whole episode of this, go ahead and click the link below.